glasses does it work on, and who created it?
Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be redoing the side loading process on the RayNeo X3 Pros. Now, I wanted to do it again in a little bit simpler of a way. The way I did it previously is a little bit more technically focused. It's something that I do think is still a good way to do it if you wanted to use SideQuest. I prefer SideQuest personally because it allows for install, uninstall, and a bunch of other cool things like downloading applications that are already in the SideQuest market and stuff like that. But this way is going to be a little more simple, more straightforward. You won't have to do any sort of path adjustment or downloading of too many different things. And so what we'll do first, this is going to be strictly for getting applications from your computer to your glasses. Now, if you wanted to download a application downloader like Aurora Store or anything like that, go back to that other side loading video. We're not going to go through any of that stuff in this one. This is strictly going to be, you have an APK that you downloaded on your computer and you want to move it over to your glasses. And we'll run through start to finish for that. So if you want to check that out, definitely stick around. My name is Connor. This is where the Informal Tech Reviews live, and we'll jump right into it. When side loading onto the RayNeo X3 Pros, the first thing you need to do is download some software. What we're going to be using is an application that was developed and shared on the RayNeo Discord by Alex. This is going to be a super simple way to be able to install applications, and there are supposed to be some updates coming in the future for uninstalling and things like that. It's mostly using screen copy, which is a tool that we've talked about before, but I like this one in the sense that it shows you the devices that are available without having to do any sort of extra commands or anything. And so you'll head to the links in this comment section in the description, grab this application for your OS, and so it's available for Windows or Mac. If you're on Windows, Windows 11 specifically, you'll likely need this one as well. And this is the Zadig process that downloads your ADB interface drivers, or downgrades the ADB interface drivers from your Windows computer so that they can detect the RayNeo X3 Pro when it's in ADB mode. And so download both of these. So I'll just go ahead and download it here. You may get some warnings from your computer about the type of file because they are executables. And so I'll go ahead and download that one and then head back over into this one. I'm using Windows, so I'll download this one. Now, the Zadig step can be skipped if you're on Mac. So don't worry about that if you're on Mac, or if you're on Windows 10, you can likely skip that as well. Now that we have our software downloaded, we need to bust out the glasses, and you're going to head into here and turn on ADB mode. Now I'll put in the clip from the last video, show you how to do that. But basically you head into settings and go to general, and you bump into the left wall 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. But I'll put that clip in here.
Okay, so to activate ADB on your glasses, you're going to go ahead and navigate to settings. From there, you have to go to general. And when you're here, you'll see you have your normal settings, but the wall going this way, you have to swipe against it 10 times. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now it should be on, and from there you hook up to your computer and you continue with the rest of the steps.
Okay, so we downloaded our software, we turned on ADB mode on our glasses, and we're ready to go. So let me head into the Tuvini helper, right? This is the step that you're going to do, and it may give you an error saying, we don't know who made this, like, don't do it. So definitely use your best judgment. I've used this already. It haven't had any issues, but I didn't create it, so I can't guarantee that it's totally safe. But I've used it, didn't have any issues, so I'm going to use it for this video. But if you wanted to use screen copy, that will also work basically in the same way. The big difference will be that you don't see the listed devices as they're up. And so right away, once this pops up, it's going to be showing you the devices that are available, and you can click refresh. But because I'm on Windows 11 and I haven't done the downgrade of my ADB driver yet, it's not showing up in here. My glasses are connected, my ADB is on. So what I'm going to do is head over to the Zadig application, and we'll run through that ADB interface downgrade step. Now, you'll open Zadig and it'll look just like this. You'll see basically nothing, right? And you'll have to come into options, hit list all devices, and from there, for me, it automatically showed the ADB interface. But if you open this up and you don't see ADB interface, you might see RayNeo X3 Pro. Now, initially that's going to feel right, but it's actually wrong. And that means ADB is not on the glasses. So maybe you already had it on and you turned it off, but let me turn it off really quick. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I just turned off ADB on the glasses, and now you can see RayNeo X3 Pro is in here. Now that means ADB is off. So this is bad. If you see this, definitely head back into settings, go to general, and then do your swipes again to get back to ADB turned on. Now I just turned it back on. See the listing updated, and now it shows ADB interface 1. So you're going to click that. Boop, and the issue is this WinUSB driver v10.0 is too new. So it just can't see the RayNeo glasses. At least that's how they described it on the webpage. That's a little bit above my level of expertise, but knowing that this has worked for me on my other computer, this is definitely the way to go. And so once we're ready, we click this right arrow next to Downgrade WCID driver, click Install Driver, and then you'll see it now says Replace Driver. And so you click Replace Driver. It'll probably take a little bit. My device that I'm doing this on is actually a Microsoft Surface. But in the meantime, while that works, why don't we take a look at where you can get your APKs. Now, I personally recommend heading to GitHub, right? And the first application you're going to want to get is the TapLink X3 browser by me. And you'll head into Releases and then scroll down and you can see the APK file. So you'll just go ahead and download that. And now whenever that's finished, we'll be able to set that up. Now, if you wanted some other normal Android applications to download, in the previous video, I believe I show a few ways to get applications, but I'll drop a couple links in the comments section of places that have them. Can't vouch for their safety, but they do have them. One of them would be like APK Combo, and I think APK Combo and APK Pure, I believe, are the ones that I've used in the past. But personally, I don't even find the need to use other side-loaded applications once I have TapLink X3 because it can show you YouTube videos. You can go to SMS messaging via Google Messages or WhatsApp, all kinds of things like that. But if you wanted to get your APKs, you can go to APK Combo and search in here and grab whatever APK you want to be able to upload to your glasses. Now, let's double check on the status of the driver was installed successfully. And so we can go ahead and close this out. Now you can verify that it says 6.1 on there. Go ahead and close this and we can actually head back into this one and you can see right away the RayNeo device is now in there and it shows some cool information about battery life and resolution, things like that. From here, you can just click to start mirroring and you can see that I'm in my settings still. So let me go ahead and head back to home. And from here, you're basically in screen copy. And so what that allows is the ability to drag and drop APKs. And so if I move this out of the way and I can see my TapLink X3 APK right here, you just grab it out of your file and you click and drag it into the glasses, right? Boop, and let it go. And from there, you have to let it go for just a second, but you'll be able to see that it actually installed. And there it is. You can see this is the first run because it's asking me for permissions. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and do one more APK just to make sure that, you know, it's working properly. So I think one people might use would be like, let's just do YouTube. Now I don't recommend using YouTube as the app. TapLink X3 works way better. But for testing purposes, we're going to go ahead and download it. Definitely don't let any notifications come through here. Download it. It's downloading. So you'll head into it, you'll search, and then you'll want to grab just a normal APK file if it's available. And so it'll default to the download page, but you can switch over to APK variants and look for just normal APK. XAPKs can still be installed, but it works a little bit differently, I believe. And so I'm going to just pull down the normal APK. Now, in the meantime, while that downloads, what we actually need to do is in order to see the sideloaded applications that are not native RayNeo X3 Pro applications, you need to head into Settings and go over to App Lab Features all the way at the end. Click it. And then you need to turn this on. Boop. Okay. And once that toggle is on, now when I'm in here, there's going to be a new app on here called App Lab. And you can click into it. Just acknowledge some of these pop-ups. Okay. And so right away you can see no apps available, install on ADB. Let me check on our downloads, see how that's looking. Looks like it has finished. And so we'll pull up the File Explorer again. And when we're going to install, all we have to do is click, drag, and drop. And then it'll do its streamed install process. And when you click into App Lab, now I do have it. In order to use these applications within the App Lab, you will need to be in the RayNeo app on your phone. You have to use the phone touchpad to interact with them. And you'll need to, I believe, be on Wi-Fi or have the glasses connected to Wi-Fi. I don't really use the App Lab very much because I personally believe the TapLink X3 browser does every single thing I would need that one of those apps can do. But I'm obviously biased. So if you wanted to uninstall some of these applications, what you'll have to do is head into Settings and go to App Settings. Then you find the downloaded app and you click Uninstall. Now, that's one of the reasons why I like using SideQuest. So if you want to check out that video, definitely go to the other sideloading video on the channel. But you can do a lot of downloads, uploads, uninstalls, file moving, stuff like that from SideQuest. Makes it just a little bit more user-friendly, but this is simpler. So this is definitely a good application of it as well. Now, all right, and that's it. That's the entire process for sideloading. It's super simple. If you're on Windows 11, make sure to do that as a dig step if it doesn't show up in the APK installer for you. But once you do that, turn on ADB mode, go to the Zadig installer, run that replace driver, and then drag and drop the APK that you want. Now, finding the APK, definitely checking the links in the description. There will be links for everything that you need for the downloading and all that stuff. But definitely, if you found this video useful, hit the like button. If you want to see some more awesome content like this, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be definitely checking out some new awesome smart glasses related tech coming up here shortly. Have some really exciting videos on the way, so definitely stick around. Don't want to miss that. Congratulations again to the recent giveaway winners. As of right now, 2 people have not responded and reached out, so we may be drawing new winners, but I don't know for sure. I guess we'll wait and see. I think they have a little bit of time left, but definitely appreciate everybody who joined into that and stick around because we will be doing more. When we hit probably 2,000 subscribers, I think we'll get that RayNeo X3 Pro on a giveaway again. So we'll see, but definitely appreciate everybody. My name is Connor. This is where the Informal Tech Reviews live, and we'll see you next time. Peace.